it's Etna again. How are you? Today I'm going to discuss foundations. Foundations, I don't know about you, but for me is totally overwhelming, and it always has been. When I did find a product that I kind of like, I kind of just stuck to it. It's just like, oh my God, this will work for me in this color. And when they stopped making that or they repackaged it, it was just like having a nuclear meltdown. So if you can relate, this video is for you. I can't speak for all of them, but for Unique, for a little company, we have a lot of foundations and concealers. You go into a department store and tons. You go into a drugstore and they have aisles full of this stuff, and you're just kind of going like, what is this all for? Just that big vortex, and it's just overwhelming. So as for Unique, I'm going to take my glasses off because the light is hitting and it's just driving my eyes crazy. That's why normally you don't see me with my glasses. And I'm just about blind as a bat, so hey, cool. Anyway, we have different types. And it depends on your skin type, okay? So first of all, you have to know what your skin type is, okay? You have oily, you have dry, you have combination, and you have normal, okay? Just about 4 types. Let's talk about the oily skin. Oily, it is recommended you use a pressed powder or a loose mineral powder to absorb the extra oils, okay, on the skin. So I just grabbed this one. This is a loose mineral. I don't know why my gets kind of goofy. Has little holes, and you just kind of tap it in the lid. It's just loose pigments, pure pigments. There's no talc, no nothing. So a little bit goes a long way. Use a brush or a pad and put it all over, okay? It's a phenomenal product, okay? Another one, which I really like, is the pressed powder. It comes with a little sponge. This is my one that I use. My sponge is pretty clean because I don't use this sponge. I don't care for it. Preference. It's all to do with preference. You open the lid, okay? I find I like the brush that has it's quite tight, synthetic brush or a boar's brush. It's quite tight and flat on the top, okay? And I just, little circles and little circles all over to give me that look that I need. These, sorry, I'm just, so I don't miss any information on the powder foundations. The coverage is a full, and it's more of a matte coverage, okay? It says always to use a primer, but I know some people that have oily skin do not like to wear primers because they find the skin feels more oily appearance. Personal preference, but I would always try to use a primer. But these will absorb the extra oils in the skin, okay? Next we have, because this product came out last year, it's a liquid and it dries to a matte finish, and this is the bomb, okay? But if you don't have the skin which this is designed for, the type of skin, and this is, it's saying that it's a combination to oily, okay? So if you have really dry skin, this is not going to be the product for you, okay? So this is a combination to oily. My skin personally is dry to combination. I have a little bit of oil along the T-zones, which a lot of people have. I've used this. I like it. But I find as I'm getting a little older, my skin when I was younger, in my teens and 20s, early 30s, was on the oily side. But now it's, as I'm getting more mature skin, I seem to be drying out, okay? So, and that happens. It just happens. You're not making enough collagen and elastic. It's part of the aging process. I like it, but it's not my go-to foundation. It is recommended. It's a touch liquid. The coverage is medium to full, and it dries to a matte. They say to always use with a primer. Again, with the oily skin, I find a lot of girls don't like using the primer. Phenomenal product, okay? Next is the BB cream. This is my personal one. I'm using honey right now. I run between, because of my tan that I had this summer, I'm using the honey, but normally I use a bisque, okay? Right now I kind of mix a little bit of each in, because I'm, the BB cream, when I first tried it a couple years ago, when I first started, I found it made my skin a little on the oilier side, but I find the last year and a bit, this is where I'm gravitating because it's dry, my skin's drying out, okay? And this is for dry to combination. So for my skin, this works, the BB cream, because it's a moisturizer, tinted moisturizer, okay? So I use this at the beginning. I use the primer, the Glorious Skin Primer, and then the BB cream, okay? This is for dry to combination skin. It is recommended foundation, the BB cream contains shea butter to moisturize dry skin. The coverage is light to medium, and it gives a dewy look, okay? Set, and there's a tip with it. It says set with powder if you want a more matte finish, and that's what I was just going to get to you. I use this. It's medium to light finish. It's a tinted moisturizer with the shea butter because it's dry, and then I follow up because I don't like that dewy kind of look. A lot of people do. It's preference, okay? And then I follow it up with the pressed powder. It still looks a little dewy, looks fresh. It transfers the light away from my wrinkles and crinkles, okay? So this is what I do every morning. Okay, this is a package deal, okay? Last but not least is the cream foundation, okay? It looks a lot like the matte, or not the matte, the pressed powder, but this is a cream, and cream, okay? The cream is recommended for extremely dry skin. The coverage is full and it's dewy because of the cream. It also says use with the primer. And if you want also, depending on what you're looking for, right? The powder is, I love this stuff. I love it. The powder is the way to go, especially in the wintertime. In the summertime, I can use just the powder. But in the wintertime, where it's drier here, because we're in northern Alberta, I need that extra moisturizer. It looks just like the pressed powder, but it's a cream, okay? It's a cream finish. Sometimes, if I have a breakout that I want to hide, I will, because it's a heavy, see? And this matches my skin tight, and I got a zit, an outbreak, I just pat that on. I leave it on for a few minutes, and then I will go over with my pressed powder. Okay, just to just dab that on, and it hides any breakout marks, okay, or redness to the skin. Okay, yeah, so foundations can be pretty scary. Another thing is the concealers. Okay, concealers also to conceal. I did a video on, or a picture thing on baking, where you put the lighter, not instead of like little half moons, put it down to make this lighter in here, so the light hits that little bit here, forehead, the bridge of the nose. If you want, you can put just a little bit above your eyebrows, just to almost pop the face color, but yet people don't realize that that's what you're doing. It's how the baking got really popular is the Kardashians, Kim Kardashian. Their makeup artists, the baking technique really become heavy duty, okay? And that's what she does, a lot of the baking. On the concealer, you put your foundation on first, then the concealer, leave it on for a few minutes, and that's the baking process, and then blend, okay? Another technique, when you're putting in your foundations, you always start from the center of your face and work outward. I always did around the outside and working inward, and it's more of an outward look, okay? And that makes a difference, I really believe. I started doing that here the last couple weeks when I realized that I wasn't doing it wrong. It's just a different way of doing it, okay? So just another tech tip. Try it out. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Message me or message any unique presenter. They'll be glad to help you and figure out which product is good for your skin type. And then, of course, the shades, okay? And each of these all have different shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most of them have at least 13 shades, okay? So, yeah, it gets kind of overwhelming, but any questions, don't hesitate. Message me, and we'll talk to you soon. You take care. Have an awesome, awesome day. Ciao for now.